He's gained over 100 yards for the first 3 weeks, and he's playing really, really well. Scored 2 touchdowns on Saturday night against New Mexico State. In fact, I heard they had a 3-hour delay, which I've never heard of. I mean, that's amazing now. They have to go out, play, compete, and then restretch, and I don't know what you do for 3 hours. Watch ball games, I guess. I don't know what they did in the dressing room, but he's playing really, really well. The quarterback played great against us last year, and he's sixth in the on the active list of NCAA passing leaders. And Mattori, the receiver, runs 4.3, 4.4, and he's caught a ball in 27 straight games, and he hurt us last year. So they've got some skill at El Paso and always do it at UTEP.
Coach, everybody wants more. You want more, the fans want more, but you get some perspective when you kind of see what happens around the country. Does this turn into March Madness for you in basketball, kind of survive in advance? And it sucks you didn't play the way you wanted to, but we still got the win and we got stuff to work on.
Yes, and if you play perfect early in the season and you can improve and you win 34-24, you probably got problems. We're lucky we haven't played great yet, and we're 3-0 and number 2 in the country, because we've got things we can fix. If there was nothing, if we were playing as good as we could play, then we're in bad trouble. So the good thing for us is we can continue to improve as coaches and players and get better. Like I said, we're ahead of where we were last year and every year offensively since 2005. But standards higher to the fans, not to us. And that's what we've got to do, is continue to play. If you look at teams that had trouble Saturday across the country, it was all offense. It's not defense early. Defense, kids can play hard every week, and you don't have to worry about timing. You just got to knock them out. Play hard, be excited, and get there. Offense is so hard because all the timing has to be good. And right now we've got a lot of different pieces to this offense. We've got to tie them all together, because right now we've got pieces that are looking good. We've got to have the offense play better as a team.
So, Coach, how do you coach that? How do you tell them just besides starting faster? I mean, what can you do to help them get in the rhythm?
Well, we changed the tempo in the second half the other night. We probably should have started with a faster tempo, and that would have helped. But the first drive is good, and then we just get stopped because you start looking up, and it's one guy here and one guy there, so you just challenge everybody to do better and be more consistent. Thought that both lines of scrimmage played really hard Saturday night, and they were very physical, where in last year's game I challenged our team because I thought we got whipped on both sides. Saturday night we didn't. Colt didn't have much pressure at all. We were able to run the ball. The defense dominated the line of scrimmage with Tech. You can tell that in the running game. Last year they outrushed us 105-80. On Saturday night, it was 135 to -6. So all of those things were better in this game than they were last year.
Defense made it look easy, but at the same time, having a slow start can also hurt you. What are the dangers of that?
Well, you'd like to have a fast start. You'd like to have a fast middle. You'd like to have a fast finish. And that's what we're trying to get. But it's just like things in life. Sometimes my day starts slow. I'd like to get up and start it faster. So I think our players will probably hear this week they had a slow start. I bet you ask them some about that today, and that helps me. So just keep asking them, and when you get some answers, come tell me. We told them last night we'd like for them to start faster. So if you all will tell them the same thing.
Coach, you talked about Colt in terms of sometimes he may be trying a little too hard. This week you mentioned there was also an illness. How much of what you saw in the first half was trying too hard? How much was trying to shake off the sickness?
I don't know how much you know. Practice is important. He didn't practice Tuesday. He was out there, but he didn't practice, and he got very little done Wednesday. And I thought at halftime he had the shakes a little bit just because he hadn't eaten much and he didn't feel good and he was weak. And then they gave him some stuff, some energy at halftime to help him, and I thought he settled down and played better the second half. So, I don't know. There's flu across the country right now, and we've addressed it with our team. Most of our guys got flu shots yesterday. In fact, nearly all of our team and coaches. I got mine this morning. John Bianco is going to hand out some bullet points that our trainers and doctors are sending to our parents and giving to our players to you all this afternoon, because it's scary for all of us, and not just football players, but they stay around each other all the time. But everybody needs to be really careful with the flu, and we've always taken it as a bad cold around here, and don't feel good, but it's more serious right now across the country, so we've all got to watch it more closely, and we're taking very strong precautions to make sure that we are.
Can you expand a little on Dan Buckner and just his move inside? Was he stubborn at all about that move?
No. About Dan Buckner's move inside, kids want to play. he wanted to be a part of it, and now he's become a vital part of it, and he's doing what Jordan did for us in that spot after the Oklahoma game last year. And it doesn't take Jordan out of his spot, so we're in good shape there, and we just feel like he's become a go-to guy for Colt down the middle, and people can cover the outs, they can bump your receivers and all that. It's more difficult for linebackers and safeties to cover a wide receiver type person inside at a flex tight end, and Dan's doing a great job to shake them off and make plays.
Can we talk about Earl Thomas? It just seems like he was on top and knew exactly where to go.
Yes, Earl played an outstanding game Saturday night. We still, we have the interceptions. We still had our hands on about 3 or 4 more, so we just got to catch the ball better in the secondary, and we're working on that. But Earl made outstanding tackles. I didn't say it. I think will tell us in a minute. I think we only missed 9 tackles for 36 yards, and on all of the big plays, they were because of missed tackles. So we've got to tackle better, but we're continuing to improve each week. And Tech throws so many short passes that's what you do. You got to tackle them in space. And but Earl played as well as I've seen him play on Saturday night, and he's playing on a lot on kicking teams as well.
The way John can change a game because of what he can do. Can you address just having him on the field and what the defense has to think about because he can move from the wide receiver to the wild horn or whatever?
Yes, we want the ball in John's hand as much as we can get it, and it's. Every time he touches it in the running game in the past, he's made plays usually. Saturday night, I thought really jump-started us offensively when he ran the quarterback counter, and that was a read play as well. And you got a 10.0 800-meter guy out there, and John Childs, who runs real fast at 205 pounds. It just gives you some extra weapons on the field, and I thought the reverse pass was a good thought off of it too. But we will continue to let that package grow, and that's part of who we are. Because if we'll let Colt run it some, but that also takes the ball out of Colt's hands as a runner, and lets John run, and we'll have some passes in for John too. So that's we feel like that's better than the other package we had so aptly named that was dropped. Because John is doing more things that he's used to doing, and last year we were trying to get him to do things that he's not used to.
Is that also because now he's a bona fide receiver?
Yes, there's no doubt. And the way we're moving with up-tempo now, it's hard for the defense to adjust personnel or just have a defense ready when you jump into a different offense with the same people on the field.
Did Coach Sills have anything to do with pulling that out this week? Was that kind of like a fallback for Cole in case he did get sick?
No, we've been working on that for 3 weeks and didn't want to use it till this game. But we definitely wanted to have it ready, and we'll use it the rest of the year. Not sure how much. That's what we've got to figure out. You've got DJ Monroe as kind of a specialty player. You've got a situation now where you can use John in the quarterback situation some. You're breaking in John as a receiver. So you've just got a lot of things. Dan Buckner's new inside, so we're trying to figure out. Last year by this time, we were starting to figure out, and in fact, Chris Obanai didn't break out till the Colorado game, which would be 2 weeks from now. But you had Quan, you had Jordan, and those were your guys. And right now, we got to figure out where everything is.
Coach, 3 weeks in, is this new helmet-to-helmet rule working? It seems there's around the country, seems there's not much consistency. Hard hits in the Wisconsin game and our game, there's some hard hits.
We feel like it's a very, very difficult rule to call because so many times a player will hit here and then your helmet slides up the shoulder pads. You'll hit here and he slides up, and you've still got to play football. It's a very physical game. It's a vicious game. There are hard hits, and you can't take hard hits out of the game. I think what they're talking about is point of helmet to point of helmet with a player who's hung out like a receiver, a punt catcher, a player that cannot take care of himself. An unprotected player is what they call it. And I think that's what they're really looking for, more than just changing the game and trying to make kids every time before they hit think, let's see now, what is this rule? What have I got to do? It's still a tough game. But I think what the officials are trying to do and the Safeguards Committee is trying to do is make it safer for kids. And I think they're doing that. Now, whether we have an opinion on every hit now, whether it's helmet to helmet, helmets are going to hit helmets when it's not what is considered to be a violation of the rules.
Coach, can you talk